Imagine waking up and forgetting the name of someone you've loved for decades. Walking into a room and not remembering why. Or looking into the eyes of your grandchild and feeling a flicker of panic because, for a split second, their face doesn't feel familiar. For many older adults, these moments aren't just occasional. They're daily reminders that something deeper may be slipping away. Dementia doesn't arrive all at once. It creeps in slowly, sometimes silently. First, it's little things: lost keys, forgotten appointments. But over time, these lapses can grow into something much heavier, much harder to carry. And if you or someone you love has been touched by memory loss, you know that the emotional toll runs far deeper than just forgetfulness. It can feel like you're slowly disappearing from your own life. But here's the hopeful truth for many. Memory loss isn't the end of the road. New research is showing us that it might be the beginning of a powerful healing journey. And today, we're going to talk about something deceptively simple: magnesium, and how 3 everyday foods recommended by Dr. Carolyn Dean, a medical doctor and magnesium researcher with over 40 years of experience, might help you not only slow memory decline, but even reverse early signs of dementia. This isn't about quick fixes or miracle pills. It's about getting your brain the nourishment it's been quietly begging for. Dr. Carolyn Dean has spent much of her life studying magnesium, a mineral often overlooked yet essential to over 300 functions in the human body. According to her, and echoed by institutions like the National Institutes of Health and the Alzheimer's Association, most adults are chronically low in magnesium, especially as they age. And that's no small matter when it comes to brain health. Magnesium acts like a gentle conductor in the symphony of your nervous system. It helps regulate the messages your brain sends and receives. It calms overexcited neurons that, left unchecked, can lead to inflammation and even neuron death. In fact, studies from MIT have shown that raising magnesium levels in the brain can enhance memory and learning, even in aging rats that were previously showing cognitive decline. Dr. Dean often shares stories of patients in their 60s and 70s who came to her frightened, confused, and frustrated, haunted by moments of mental fog, struggling with short-term memory. In many cases, after correcting magnesium deficiencies, something shifted. They felt clearer, more connected, more like themselves again. And while magnesium alone isn't a cure, it may be a missing piece of the puzzle. So where do you start? Not with supplements, not yet. According to Dr. Dean, the best and safest way to begin restoring magnesium is through food. And there are 3 magnesium-rich foods she recommends that are both delicious and remarkably powerful for supporting memory. The first food Dr. Carolyn Dean recommends is pumpkin seeds. Tiny, unassuming, but absolutely packed with magnesium. Just a small handful, around 1 ounce, delivers nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. But what makes pumpkin seeds truly extraordinary isn't just the magnesium. It's how this mineral works in harmony with the natural fats and antioxidants found in the seed. When you eat pumpkin seeds, you're not only feeding your body, you're nourishing your brain. Magnesium in these seeds helps protect your synapses, those little connections between brain cells that are crucial for forming and retrieving memories. It's like oiling the hinges of a door that's begun to stick. Many early memory issues come down to misfiring communication between brain cells. Magnesium helps restore that rhythm, making it easier for your mind to stay sharp and responsive. And here's the beauty: adding pumpkin seeds to your routine couldn't be simpler. You don't need to learn a new recipe or overhaul your diet. Dr. Dean suggests starting with a small bowl in the afternoon right around the time your energy dips and your brain feels foggy. Chew them slowly. Let your body digest them fully. You can sprinkle them on oatmeal in the morning, add them to a salad at lunch, or even mix them with a few walnuts for a heart-healthy snack. What matters is consistency. Because magnesium doesn't work like caffeine, it's not a quick burst of clarity. It's a slow build, day by day, as your brain reclaims the minerals it's been missing. And if you've heard that seeds are bad for digestion or too high in fat, take heart. Unless you have a specific medical condition, pumpkin seeds are generally very easy on the digestive system, especially when soaked overnight, which can also enhance magnesium absorption. It's these small shifts, done gently and daily, that create the biggest changes. Dr. Dean often says healing isn't dramatic, it's quiet. Like memory. It comes back in pieces. The second magnesium-rich food Dr. Carolyn Dean gently recommends is dark leafy greens, especially spinach, Swiss chard, and kale. These vibrant, earthy greens are some of nature's most elegant brain protectors. Just 1 cooked cup of spinach provides up to 150 milligrams of magnesium. But it's not only the magnesium that makes these greens essential for brain health, it's the perfect storm of folate, vitamin K, antioxidants, and plant-based compounds that work together like a carefully choreographed ballet inside your brain. According to a 2018 study published in Neurology, adults who consumed 1 or more servings of leafy greens daily had slower rates of cognitive decline, comparable to being 11 years younger in brain age. That's not opinion, that's data. Dr. Dean reminds us that magnesium from vegetables is especially beneficial because it's accompanied by chlorophyll, the green pigment that not only gives these plants their color, but also improves cellular function and detoxification. Many of her patients have been hesitant at first. They've said, "I'm not a salad person," or "spinach just tastes too bitter." But this isn't about raw spinach on a plate. It's about creativity and compassion for your own needs. Warm sautéed kale with garlic and olive oil. Swiss chard folded into a morning omelet. Even adding a few cooked leaves to a hearty soup can make a difference. What matters isn't perfection, it's presence. And here's a tip from Dr. Dean herself: magnesium from greens is better absorbed when accompanied by healthy fats. So don't shy away from a drizzle of olive oil, a few slices of avocado, or a small handful of sunflower seeds. That little touch of fat actually helps shuttle magnesium into your cells more efficiently. She also advises lightly steaming or sautéing these greens instead of boiling them, which can strip away magnesium and other nutrients. Most importantly, don't wait until symptoms worsen to make these changes. The earlier you start, the more resilient your brain becomes, not just in memory, but in mood, focus, and even emotional regulation. And if you're still thinking, what can leafy greens really do for memory? Just try it. For 2 weeks. Make it your quiet experiment. Because sometimes, the first thing you remember again is who you used to be. The third food Dr. Carolyn Dean often recommends for replenishing brain magnesium is one you might already love: avocados. Creamy, comforting, and incredibly nutrient-dense. A single medium avocado contains about 58 milligrams of magnesium. But what makes avocados so special isn't just their magnesium content. It's their unique combination of brain-supporting nutrients. They're rich in monounsaturated fats, which help increase blood flow to the brain, essential for delivering oxygen and nutrients. They're also packed with potassium, vitamin E, folate, and lutein, each playing a role in protecting brain cells from damage, reducing inflammation, and supporting long-term cognitive health. Dr. Dean has long said that magnesium and healthy fats are a powerful duo. She often shares stories of patients in their 60s and 70s who felt mentally sluggish, struggled with word recall, or had trouble staying focused. After introducing just half an avocado a day into their routine, alongside other magnesium-rich foods, many reported not only feeling sharper, but more emotionally grounded. That's something many people don't realize. Magnesium doesn't just help memory, it supports mood. In fact, magnesium deficiency has been linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression in older adults, which can compound the effects of memory loss. Avocados are also one of the easiest foods to add into your life. Half of one on a slice of whole grain toast, a few slices in a salad, mashed with lemon juice and sea salt for a quick dip. And unlike many processed brain health supplements on the market, avocados are whole, real food, gentle on digestion, and naturally balanced with fiber. If you've avoided them because of fat content, remember this: the type of fat matters more than the amount. The fats in avocado are the kind your brain wants. Fats that support the myelin sheath around your neurons, keeping your thoughts flowing and your memory resilient. Dr. Dean often encourages patients not to chase perfection, but to create small rituals around food ones that nourish, soothe, and reconnect them to the simple joy of eating well. Avocados are perfect for that. They're soft, versatile, and quietly powerful, just like healing itself. Now that you know which 3 foods Dr. Carolyn Dean recommends: pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens, and avocados, the next step is understanding how to weave them into your life in a way that feels natural, enjoyable, and sustainable. Because it's one thing to know what's good for you. It's another to live it without overwhelm. Dr. Dean often emphasizes that healing doesn't begin in a doctor's office. It begins in the kitchen, in the quiet moments when you choose to nourish yourself with intention. And, for memory loss prevention, or even reversal, consistency is everything. Let's begin in the morning. Instead of reaching for processed cereal or white bread, imagine starting your day with a warm bowl of steel-cut oats. As they finish cooking, stir in a tablespoon of soaked pumpkin seeds and a small spoon of ground flaxseed. Add a few slices of banana or berries on top, and suddenly you have a breakfast that's not only rich in magnesium, but also full of brain-boosting antioxidants and fiber. Or, if you prefer savory, scramble a couple of pasture-raised eggs with sautéed spinach and a slice of avocado on the side. This breakfast fuels your body with magnesium, healthy fat, and choline, another critical nutrient for memory. At lunch, don't overthink it. A salad of mixed dark greens, chopped avocado, and a handful of pumpkin seeds, drizzled with olive oil and lemon juice, is a memory-supporting powerhouse. If you don't feel like a salad, try a warm vegetable soup with chopped Swiss chard stirred in, or a veggie wrap with steamed kale and hummus. The point is to create combinations that are simple, familiar, and repeatable. Dr. Dean often tells patients to focus less on variety in the beginning, and more on developing a rhythm. It's easier to stay consistent when you know exactly what works for your body and your brain. And what about dinner? Keep it soothing. A bowl of lentils with steamed spinach, a piece of grilled salmon with sautéed kale, or a baked sweet potato topped with avocado mash and toasted pumpkin seeds. Whatever your choice, end your day with something warm, grounding, and rich in magnesium. And if nighttime snacking calls to you, skip the cookies. Have a small bowl of roasted pumpkin seeds, or half an avocado with sea salt and lemon. Not only will this nourish your brain, it may also help calm your nervous system, easing you into deeper, more restorative sleep, which is essential for memory formation and repair. Dr. Dean also reminds us of this. It's okay to forget sometimes. What matters is returning again and again to the habits that support you. It's not about perfection, it's about care. And in that care, your brain remembers something else that you're not done growing. Let's talk about the myths, because when it comes to dementia and magnesium, misinformation is everywhere. Dr. Carolyn Dean has spent decades clearing up confusion and calming unnecessary fears around this vital mineral, especially for older adults. One of the most common myths she encounters is this: if I eat healthy, I must be getting enough magnesium. The truth: even many whole food diets can fall short. That's because modern farming practices have depleted our soils of magnesium. So even if you're eating spinach or avocados, the amount of magnesium in those foods today is significantly less than it was 50 years ago. Add to that the fact that aging bodies often absorb nutrients less efficiently, and you start to see why deficiency is far more common than most people think. Another myth is this: magnesium supplements are dangerous or hard on the kidneys. Dr. Dean is very clear on this point. For most people, magnesium obtained from food is entirely safe and beneficial. Even if you have early-stage kidney issues, it's only in advanced kidney disease that magnesium levels need more careful monitoring. And even then, food sources are generally considered gentle and manageable under medical supervision. What she warns against instead is the blind use of poorly absorbed magnesium supplements, especially magnesium oxide, which passes through the body almost unabsorbed and can cause digestive discomfort. Then there's the belief that memory loss is just part of getting older, a tragic myth that robs many people of hope. Dr. Dean and countless researchers argue the opposite. While it's true that some cognitive slowing is natural, sharp decline is not inevitable. Inflammation, oxidative stress, and nutrient deficiencies like magnesium are key contributors to early memory loss. Addressing those root causes can have real effects. There are documented cases, many of them from clinics like the Cleveland Clinic and the Amen Clinics, where patients showed measurable improvements in memory, attention, and even verbal skills, simply from correcting dietary imbalances and introducing consistent lifestyle shifts. One more myth: if I already have memory problems, it's too late. Nothing could be further from the truth. The human brain has a remarkable capacity for resilience and repair, even after decades of stress or neglect. This idea is supported not only by Dr. Dean's clinical experience, but also by emerging neuroscience research. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire and grow new connections, doesn't stop in our 30s or 40s, it continues well into our 70s, 80s, and beyond. But, like a garden, it only flourishes when you give it what it needs. Magnesium is one of those nutrients quietly foundational, often forgotten, but absolutely essential. So, if you've been carrying around any of these myths, let them go. You haven't missed your window. You're not too late. And you're not alone. Thousands of people are walking this healing path with you, one step, one seed, one green at a time. So here we are at the place where knowledge meets choice, where the quiet facts you've just heard become something more than words. They become an invitation. Because while dementia can feel like a shadow creeping in, the truth is, your brain is not a lost cause, not broken, not beyond help. It is alive. It is listening. And it is waiting for you to nourish it again. Dr. Carolyn Dean has spent over 4 decades reminding people that healing doesn't always come in dramatic breakthroughs or overnight transformations. Often, it begins in the humblest ways, with a handful of pumpkin seeds, with a plate of steamed spinach, with half an avocado savored in the stillness of morning. These are not just foods. They are signals. They tell your body and your mind that you are still here, still fighting for clarity, still worthy of renewal. You don't need to memorize complex science. You don't need a medicine cabinet full of pills. What you need is rhythm, trust, a return to real, whole nourishment. Your brain doesn't want perfection. It wants consistency. It wants peace. And when you give it magnesium, not just the mineral, but the message that you care, it listens, slowly at first, then more fully, until one day you wake up and realize you're remembering more, thinking more clearly, feeling like yourself again. So if you're standing at the edge of forgetfulness, if you've been watching someone you love fade in and out of memory, know this: you are not powerless. You can begin again. Today. Right now. You can walk into your kitchen and choose a different path. One built not on fear, but on nourishment. Not on loss, but on hope. And if you forget tomorrow, come back the next day. Because healing isn't linear, but it is real. And every time you reach for that bowl of seeds, or that dark leafy green, or that soft green avocado, you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your future. Eat well, be gentle, and remember your story is still being written.